What's going on, guys? Thanks for coming back for another video. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe and hit that notification button so you never miss a video again. Today, it's a little different. I'm going to be collaborating with 7 other YouTube channels. We're all going to be making the same thing. And what's it going to be? It's going to be this, Super Mario Bros. Power Star. Now in this video today, I'm going to be bringing you through the entire process of actually making and casting this Power Star. So let's get right to it. Wait a minute, I almost forgot. After you're done watching my video, make sure you go to the links in the description below and check out their videos. They're all gonna be just like this. Super cool Super Mario Bros. Power Star. So let's get right to it.
Let's go!
So the very first thing I did was print 2 halves of this Power Star from a 3D print file from Thingiverse.com. I then glued both halves together and tried to smooth out the seam as best I could. Now on the bottom, this is supposed to be a tree topper star, but I shrunk it down to the size that I felt comfortable casting. So what I'm gonna have to do is use this glazing putty to fill the bottom as well as all the print lines. Now you can see here, applying the glazing putty is very simple. All you have to do is put a little bit on your finger, hopefully you're wearing gloves, and just smooth it in, and the print lines actually grab a hold of it to fill it properly. It does usually take more than one coat to fill all the lines and to get the best smoothness you possibly can, but that's not really a big deal because you could do this fairly quickly. Now you can see here, using this glazing putty is one of the best ways to filling your print lines on your print. Now after you're done your first coat, you want to sand it down and apply another coat of glazing putty. And after that, you want to again sand it down using 220 grit sanding paper and just sand it down as smooth as possible. And once you're done that, you can apply paint. For this, I'm using the Krylon Fusion for plastic paint. You probably can use any paint, but this is the one I'm using. A couple coats and you're ready to go.
Oh, this is taking forever.
Now that the pattern's made, it's time to make the mold. So for this, I'm going to be using a 2-part mold. I did the same technique that I'm using in this video as my last video last week. So make sure you go into my videos and check that video out. So for this, I'm filling a half of the mold with sand. I try to compact this as best I can to really get a good base. So I'll compact it, I'll add some more sand, I'll compact it again, and so forth. All until I get half of the mold, or should I say half of the mold, solid with a good base. When that's complete, I'll sift the sand to make a good pile of soft sand on the top of that solid base. And then I will press in the pattern as well as the sprue. And when that's finished, I will gently sprinkle on some sand, press it in, and try to work it around the pattern. When that half of the mold is complete and compacted, I will now add the other half of the mold. So I will start off by adding talc so the other half of the pattern or the mold does not stick to it and I can separate it easily. And then I will sift the sand to try to get as much detail as possible, followed by adding more sand and compacting that tightly. When I'm packing this one, I want to pack in the circumference of the pattern. I don't want to pack directly on top of the pattern at first. I want to try to make sure all the sand is compacted around it so I don't crush the pattern. When you have finished the other half of the mold, it's time to take it apart and make sure the imprint looks good.
Yeah, baby!
To remove the pattern, I'm just going to tap it a few times to loosen it up, and then I'm going to use tape to remove the pattern from the mold. Now that the pattern is removed, I will cut in 2 vents and remove the sprue and put the other half of the mold back on. It's time to light the furnace, and I'm going to place a piece of cardboard underneath of the crucible so the crucible does not stick to the block. Today I'm going to be melting brass, and I'm going to start off by melting these brass pieces that I had laying around. For those who might be wondering, is this hot? This has actually been sitting for a few hours now, so I am able to grab it with my gloves. You can see I had a little bit of breakaway in the mold, so I just have to sand, grind, and saw off those chunks. So here it is, after giving it the finishing touch. I decided to keep the sprue attached to the star so I can mount it on a little platform. So make sure to keep watching to the end so you see what it looks like when it's complete and mounted on that platform.
Alright guys, thanks for watching today's video. If you liked the video, please like the video. And if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you subscribe. And when you're done, go check out those other channels. The links are in the description below. See ya.